Hello and welcome to Groovy Gift Giving. My name is Theodore, and today we are going to do the second part of my top 10 tips for next level gift giving. I had originally planned on this being just one video, but as I started putting this together, it really started to expand and expand and expand. So I decided to go ahead and break it up into two different videos. And as I mentioned before in the previous video, I am planning to do a video for each one of these tips in time. So all of these have way more information to get into than I can provide in this video. So look for those in the hopefully near future. I had to switch locations for my filming because it's in the middle of summer and the upstairs loft that I use for filming was just excruciatingly, disgustingly hot. So I had to switch locations here. So hopefully this works out well. So now we are on number 6 of my list of 10 tips for next level gift giving. Number 6 is avoid gift cards and gift certificates, especially as the only gift you get someone. Now, I mentioned in the last video that there are reasons or maybe circumstances where a gift card or gift certificate would be appropriate, and they can actually be really good, especially like I mentioned in the previous video, if someone specifically asks for a gift card or a gift certificate, or if, as I mentioned before, where my mother said she was getting stressed with the amount of stuff she was accumulating from all the presents, getting her a gift certificate might be appropriate as well. But what I think should be avoided is a gift certificate or a gift card as the only gift you get someone, especially if it's a close friend or a significant other, because they are pretty, I guess I would just say they're generic. They're pretty, I'd say often not a lot of thought went into a gift certificate or a gift card. But I think that there are circumstances when a gift card or a gift certificate would be good for, say, like an acquaintance, or I think if you are an employer who wants to maybe thank an employee for his or her hard work, that's a really good idea. Although I think that can get old and and tired as well, but that's a different topic to get into. But I think that gift cards are really good, but it is something that gets really boring, especially say like I remember one Christmas when I was a part of a family gift exchange that went kind of awry when pretty much everyone had decided to get their, we were drawing names for this gift exchange, and pretty much everybody had gotten someone else a gift card, or I guess they were probably all cards at this point. And it got really, really, really boring by the end of the gift exchange because everyone was just sitting around with a gift card. And so I for one was like, okay, I'm not getting people gift cards anymore. It is, however, a very different story if the person asks for one, or like I said, if it's more of an acquaintance, or if it's, say, maybe a anytime gift. If, say, for example, my wife, if she was having a really rough week at work, was having to work lots of late hours, me getting her a Starbucks gift card would be a nice little anytime gift to get her. It's just the reason, the point behind this tip is to avoid thoughtlessly going out and getting a gift card, especially if it's the only gift that you get someone. That's what I think should be avoided. And that's a tip for next level gift giving, is to avoid anything that's, well, I guess just say generic and didn't require a whole lot of thought. Okay, so tip number 7 is gifts don't always have to be expensive. This is something that I think should be a refreshing thing to hear, I would like to think. I have received loads of gifts over the years, and given, I'd like to think, gifts over the years. Some of the best ones I've given were ones that didn't cost much, or in some instances didn't cost really anything. And spending too much money on a gift, or spending a lot of money on a gift, can potentially cause problems, especially if this is a gift exchange. If you're exchanging gifts with someone and you go out and get an expensive gift for them, that can actually cause a lot of problems for them. and can make them feel bad about what they got you, or feel like they didn't contribute to the gift exchange as much as you did, and it can make them feel bad about themselves and about their gift in general. And that is something that is worth addressing, and really there needs to be part of the thinking behind next level gift giving, is to think about how the effect of an expensive gift can have on people. Now, of course, there are times when an expensive gift might be appropriate, and that's wonderful. That's great, especially if it's something that someone wants and you can afford it. It's not going to cause you any stress or anything. Yeah, go for it. There's not a thing wrong with that. But I guess the tip here is that gifts don't have to be expensive, and a lot of the more thoughtful, more interesting gifts that you can give either don't cost anything or can cost very little. Now, at some point, I would like to start doing some videos where I feature, I guess, moments from TV and movies that show gift giving, and what we can learn from those moments in movies and TV. And one I know I will end up doing at some point is the gift exchange in one of the early seasons of The Office, the American version of The Office. Michael Scott went out and bought a very expensive, I think it was a $400 iPod at the time, and gave that as his gift for the gift exchange, when everyone else had spent $15-20 at the most on their gifts. And if you go through the list of the gifts, there were some really good gifts given, and most of them were thoughtful and interesting and appropriate for the gift exchange. But the expensive iPod really ruins things in that episode if you've seen it. But that is something I've seen in my life before, where someone goes out and they get a really expensive gift. If you're exchanging with someone and there's not an established limit on how you're going to spend, or you haven't discussed any sort of theme or anything, and they go out and spend $200-300 on a really expensive gift, and you've spent $20, that makes for a very, very awkward gift exchange experience. So I would not only say that gifts don't have to be expensive, I would say that sometimes an expensive gift can cause problems and awkwardness in certain scenarios. That is a pretty good segue to my point number 8 on my list of tips for next level gift giving, and that is be thoughtful and unique. Now, when I get around to making a full video on this topic, I will share tons and tons and tons of examples of thoughtful gifts that I've given, thoughtful gifts that I've received over the years, and different ways that a gift can be thoughtful. Some thoughtful gifts do cost a little money, some cost very little. Some you have either made it yourself or participated in the creation of the gift at some point. Sometimes you have taken information from a person and then got them a really interesting gift. I think with the shopping that we can do online now, I think that there are literally just an endless number of gifts that you can get that are thoughtful, unique, and interesting. And I mean, you're really only limited by your imagination when it comes to the type of gifts you can get. I have just a couple examples here. I have gotten people bobbleheads made out of them, which is one really, really, particularly for someone in this experience, someone who loves bobbleheads. It was a thing with him to get to collect bobbleheads, and having a bobblehead made out of him, which was a really fun and interesting process that I think required accumulating a ton of photos of him from every single angle to make it work. But it worked out really well, and I did it before it was done on The Office too, by the way, I should say that. And I think that one of the most interesting, really unique gifts I got not that long ago was actually my last birthday, when my sister, and this was during COVID quarantine, when she dropped off as my gift. I can't remember if she dropped it off or she had it delivered through Instacart or something, but she dropped off a gigantic pack of toilet paper and a bottle of Bailey's for my birthday present. Now, that is both of those are stories. The Baileys and the toilet paper. The toilet paper goes back to when we were both teenagers, and it's an inside joke about toilet paper in people's houses. It's what happened with the toilet paper. And the Baileys is not even a very interesting story. It's just long running. There's not an interesting story with the Baileys. It's just something between us. So, and it was a very thoughtful, interesting gift. I actually very much enjoyed when I went out on the porch and found the giant thing of toilet paper and the Baileys. It's the kind of thing that you wouldn't even really think of as a gift. A giant thing of toilet paper. If someone randomly just got you a big thing of toilet paper, you would think, wow, this is a terrible, terrible, thoughtless gift. In this instance, it actually was a very cute, fun, interesting thing for me to receive as a birthday present. My wife and I this year threw a party for her father that was themed with poop emojis. He likes the poop emoji, so we ended up finding, party favors, like, we had everything, like way too much stuff, but like we had birthday hats, we had everything was poop emoji for this one party, and it was something that we were able to find, interestingly enough, all these things online to throw a really unique and interesting party for someone that, of course, would be very inappropriate for some people, but if this is something they like or they think is funny, this is actually made for a very unique, interesting, and fun party. And again, there's, an endless number of things you can do shopping online, or when you're making gifts, which I'd like to give lots of examples of that when I get around to make this video, but I don't want to run over on time too much here, so I think I'll go ahead and move on to my next point, which is number 9, genuine surprises are the best. So, what I like to call a just because gift, in my opinion, is the ultimate gift. So a gift where it's not prompted by a birthday, an anniversary, or Christmas, or Valentine's Day, or Hanukkah, or anything else. It is a present that the person had no idea was going to happen. It wasn't based on really anything. It's just, this is a just because I love you, just because I want to show my appreciation for you gift. To me, those are the ultimate gifts. I mentioned earlier something about a gift maybe that is prompted by something, like I mentioned, if say my wife were having a really stressful week at work, me getting her something to help her deal with that stress would be a really good unexpected gift. It's not really a just because gift. It's actually has a purpose, but it's not built on any particular holiday or anything. Those are actually very, very good gifts as well, and something you should keep in mind. I also like to, I've been known to invent my own holidays before, which is something also worth getting into at some point. But I also like to celebrate these goofy little weird holidays that we all see listed all the time. Of it's Donut Day, it's Cheese Day or whatever. I like gifts and celebrations for holidays like that because they are sometimes really weird and they're really interesting and fun and they're not expected. Now, just looking up right now, my birthday is on January 8th, and on that day alone, I see a listing for online for January 8th being National Argyle Day, National Bubble Bath Day, National Joy Germ Day, which I had to look that one up. I didn't know what that meant. I guess it's the idea of spreading joy like it's a germ, which is interesting. I guess I'm all for positivity, so that's great. And then National Winter Skin Relief Day. So I think you could do something really interesting for someone if it was maybe, I don't know, getting something for someone on one of those days that features either one or maybe all of those weird holiday themes. I think that's a really, really cool and interesting thing you could do looking up these holidays. I think, let me see, today I'm recording this on July 27th, which according to the internet is National Scotch Day, National Creme Brulee Day, which is interesting. I like both of those, but those don't sound like they would go particularly great together. Maybe they would, I don't know. Maybe I should try them. Maybe I should celebrate and and try putting those together. National New Jersey Day. So okay, that's cool. I've only been to New Jersey once, but it's fine. I guess I could listen to some Bruce Springsteen while I eat my creme brulee and drink my scotch. But so anyway, all I'm getting at with this is that picking a random day and getting gifts for someone with a theme or without a theme is, in my opinion, the ultimate and will really, really make people feel special. This tip is definitely next level gift giving. Tip number 10 is to have gifts on your mind year round, which does go into the theme that I was just talking about with step number 9, but there's a little bit more to it than that. I think what happens a lot of times when if we have a Christmas list, a list of people we need to buy presents for at Christmas, we wait until November or December, and then we look at that list and we're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then you have to rush and go find all those presents. And of course you can do great things with, with days and weeks to do that. But what I like to do is to have gift giving on my mind at all times. Year round is on my mind all the time. My wife and I went on a trip to Santa Fe, I guess about a month and a half ago or so. And on that gift, I purchased several gifts for Christmas and for birthdays, even though it was in the middle of June or end of May or June, whenever it was. We went shopping and I found all kinds of things that I'll be giving to people in 6-7 months from now. So that's something I like to do. It takes the pressure off of you at Christmas time, or you're not always having to stress to go find someone a present for their birthday or for anniversaries or whatever. I like to have it on my mind all the times. I think it was 2 years ago, or I guess 2019, Christmas of 2019, I was shopping at Christmas and I found my wife's birthday present, which her birthday is in August, so I found in December found her birthday present, and I also found her a separate gift that I didn't give to her at Christmas, but I got her as a just because gift in, I believe it was May of that year. I got her a gift. So even at Christmas time, I'm thinking about not just buying Christmas presents, but presents for year round. Again, it takes a lot of the stress off of you during a Christmas shopping season or any other shopping season when you're trying to find gifts. But it also is just a way to find gifts for people that they will really like. And sometimes you don't find them at Walmart or Target or whatever a couple days before Christmas. You're only, if you do that, you can only do so much at when you're in a time pinch, and then also with limited amounts available. Obviously, you can shop year round online and find all kinds of things, even Christmas themed stuff, year round. And so it's the kind of thing that it's easy to do. I think it's fun to do, and it's always less stressful to when Christmas season comes around. I've already got several gifts stockpiled away that I'm pretty much ready to give, that I'm ready to give right now. I could give them right now. But ultimately, on a deeper level, I believe that gift buying is fun, and I think it helps us build better relationships. So that's really the point here. The problem is, for many of us, we feel like we're constantly being obligated to get more and more and more gifts for people, and yes, that can get very annoying. It can get also very expensive and also very stressful. I think gift giving is something we need to keep doing, but we can do better, and we can find ways to make it less stressful, less expensive, less of an obligation, something that we choose to do. If it's something we choose to do, then it can be spectacular. I think it's a way to show appreciation, a way to show love, way to show affection, and I think that it's something that we can all do better at, not just doing better to get better gifts for people, but doing a service to ourselves to make it less stressful, more fun, more rewarding, rather than always rushing and always trying to get a gift that is just simply an obligation. So that's what I really wanted to do with these tips, and what I would like to ultimately do with this channel is I really believe I love giving gifts. I love receiving gifts, I love giving gifts, I love thinking about gifts, I love talking about gifts. And it's a kind of thing that I guess I'm starting to realize more and more how passionate I am about gift giving. And it's something that I love seeing. I love hearing stories about gift giving even. I think that it can lead to better relationships and I guess just better expressions of affection. And I think it can be a great way to show that you love someone. So if you wanted to get a really good gift for me right now, liking and subscribing would be a really good gift for me. No matter when you're viewing this video, that would be a great gift. It obviously really helps out the channel. So thank you very much, and I will see you in an upcoming video.